If you've tapped into the web, met somebody and it's worked out,
Give us a call.
let us know. We'd love to hear about this.
You know, this is the sort of thing if you were single and you had gone to classes, or maybe you had gone to bars, maybe you'd gone to the library looking for a certain kind of person and, you know, kind of trying to run into people. Maybe this would be a great way to avoid some of the typical singles scenes and find love online. I guess we have somebody on the telephone right now who has a success story. Good morning. What's your name?
Melissa.
Melissa, what happened in your case?
Well, I was playing on the computer and I found the Portland Matchmaker site, and I signed up, and I got an email a couple days later from a guy named John, and we met and had drinks, and now we're married.
Okay. Oh,
You're
really?
married.
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
How long was the courtship?
Yeah, you make it sound like it was about a weekend.
Melissa,
How long?
how long was the courtship?
Almost a year.
Well, you know.
Really? So how long before you actually agreed to meet him?
4 days.
4 days?
Yeah, he called me on the phone.
Oh, so you're giving out your phone number on the email to him, right?
He asked for
Okay.
it, and I...
So he sounded trustworthy.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk about that. Stay with us. Thank you for the call. Why search the web for love? That's the question. And how can you do it safely? Well, we are asking a flirting expert. Please welcome the author of Cyber Flirt. This is a young lady who has flirted, admittedly, around the world. Cyber Flirt, how to attract anyone, anywhere on the web, on the World Wide Web. Susan Rabin.
Susan, so much fun.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Susan says, those of you who have read my previous books and attended my seminars know that I have literally made it my business to flirt my way around the world. Now, by that, you just mean eye contact, pleasant. You don't mean anything else. Just
Without
flirt.
serious intent, playful, charming, sense of humor,
Aren't
being
you
able to
sending a
interact.
message, though? If you pass me, pass somebody, and you kind of give that look, aren't you sending me a message?
I tried that last time I was here with you. Remember,
Yeah.
Jim? A little eye contact. But you see, we did flirt. Flirting is a wonderful verb. It's a way to make an impression on another person, make them feel good, without serious intent, just being playful and charming, being interested in another person. Then we can see what happens from there. But it's subtle, it's never sexual, it's not a no-no, it's an up, and you meet lots of interesting people. So then, after I flirted around the world, I decided I got a little tired, so I sat at the computer and found out that is one of the best places in the world to flirt.
And we're going to talk in just a few minutes about the downside, what some of the cautionary notes are that you might want to throw out today. But first, let's look at the concept of flirting online. This is so new, and it's so 90s. And for people who are looking for somebody, why is cyber flirting the way to go?
Well, first of all, it's the largest singles party in the world. And the numbers are huge, and I think you will remember I always said being single is a numbers game. You have to meet a lot of people. So there are unlimited possibilities online. And it's international. It's all over. So if you're in a smaller town, you can meet people from another place where you might not have an opportunity. There are no barriers, and the physicality is actually eliminated because you get to know somebody without actually seeing them. And most people judge in the first 2 or 3 minutes. This way you get a chance to know. Like this woman said she spoke to him about 4 times until they finally met. Right. So you get to kind of like a person without seeing them immediately and saying no because they may not be your type. So that's a wonderful thing. The other thing is you can do it 24 hours a day in your rollers, in your bathrobe. I mean, you can do it when you have a cold. And a lot of people are very busy. They have jobs, they travel a lot, and they can't always go out to places. So they can do it at home. They can do it, I like to do it 2 o'clock in the morning. But that's good for your east.
Really?
I'm on the East Coast, so
Really?
the West Coast is still hopping.
We're still, exactly. We haven't quite gone to bed yet.
For some of us, though, it is very hard to express yourself person to person. Does this make it easier?
I'm so glad you said that, Jim, because it's really good for shy people. And it's really good for people who need a little more time to compose their thoughts. You know, some people can go out and they're very glib and they're very witty immediately when they meet somebody, and then they'll shine. And other people, it takes them a little more time. So this way you can compose your thoughts, you can think about what you're saying, and then you type it in. So you can be glib and witty at a slower pace. And also it gives you good practice on the web for then going out and meeting people as you learn to have conversations.
This is really perfect, though, because don't you always think, or at least I do, of the right thing to say about 5 minutes later?
Absolutely. But those 5 minutes you can retype or
edit.
wait, you know, you can edit, which is really wonderful.
Okay, let's talk about some of the let's talk about the downsides. We can't go too far on the upside before we get to the down. Let's talk about that now. Keep this lady that we just talked to that got married. Terrific. But she was giving out all her info. When do you start giving out information, or should you ever?
Well, I don't give out personal information, certainly not for a while. I don't give out my address, that is for certain. And I don't usually give out my telephone number until we've talked quite a while. I usually take the other person. As a woman, I'm much more cautious. You know, I have flirted around the world, and I'm still here because I'm a smart flirt. I don't give out things. I don't meet people in dark places. I did flirt with somebody, actually, from Portland, and he sent me things and we talked back and forth, and he asked if he could pick me up at the airport, and I said
when you
no.
came on this trip here?
No, this was the last trip, actually, when I was starting all the research.
Really?
So
Oh
he could be watching right now.
Yes, hi. He was a very nice guy, but he said, I'd like to meet you at the airport, and I said no, I'll meet you in my hotel lobby. And we went to actually I think it was one of the local places a block away. I would not have somebody pick me up. I wouldn't go into a car with them. I wouldn't meet them in a dark, in a park or anywhere. It would be a public place until I got to, and I also would check out very carefully some of the things that they've said, where they're living, what movies they've seen, the neighborhood they're in, so that I know that this person is telling me the truth, because I have in my book the imposter flirt.
Yeah, right.
You know, you can be anybody you want to be.
Sure.
And so you have to check them out.
Now let me ask you, isn't there just automatically a level of suspicion that there wouldn't be if you were meeting somebody?
I call it doubting Thomas. Everybody should be a doubting Thomas. Don't believe everything somebody says to you, especially on the internet. Be cautious. Check it out. If there are I have some hats that are older than some of the people that have emailed me, and they said they were 40 years old, and they couldn't have been because they don't have the same frame of reference as I do. So I check it out with the music they like, the places they've gone. Be a doubting Thomas. Make sure that you meet in public places. If they are obscene in any way or sexual, I love the button. Click. Next.
Yeah.
Just get rid of them.
Just get rid of that.
If it starts out like that, next.
Well, I hope
Nothing threatening either. Anybody who's nasty or threatening, next.
Hope you've got your tennis shoes on, because you and I are going to sprint down the hall to the newsroom where we're all set up to go online.
Oh my goodness.
Before powering up your computer, you want to determine your online flirting personality, and we are going to show you how to get started after that.
Okay, we're going to take a break right now. We'll hear more of your stories online. Call 231-4252.